Yes, hello, welcome everybody. This is MoDXtra Games and Collectibles. I'm Chris, and in today's video, I want to talk about the big weekend we've just had with G.I. Joe Classified Series. Well, biggish weekend. There's been some reveals, there's been some pre-orders, there's been some stuff going on. We had the 1027, we had the MCM London Comic Con, so I just had some thoughts, opinions that I wanted to share and talk about with regards to those bits and bobs. And while I'm, sure you're already across the news because I am fully finger on the pulse once again, pun intended. Because I'm like 5 days later than everyone else, and you've all probably watched Artist Shark and Full Force Podcast and He Who Shall Not Be Named and got across the news. Maybe a little bit of opinion and commentary wouldn't go amiss. So stick around. Let's get into it. Let's talk about the events. Let's talk about the pre-orders. And and then let's have a bit of a chat in the comments down below. See if we're, of a like mind about this stuff or not. All right, so back in 6 seconds. All right then, let's get started with the 1027 Hasbro Pulse premium member stream thing from last Friday. And, this is a company-wide event where all the adult collectible stuff was covered. Transformers, there was Ghostbusters, HasLab announced and all that. And I've got thoughts on those actually, but I'm talking specifically about G.I. Joe Classified Series today. Really pleased to see that they put Emily and Lenny up first. So unlike with the PulseCon, where they were kind of at the back end and felt like everything was rushed, despite the fact that there was a shit ton of us all there like, come on, we want to hear what Lenny's got to say about this. We want to hear what Tony's got to say about this. They popped them up top. However, the content was a little bit light. They popped them up top, but they only had one thing to cover, which was the vamp. But it was an excellent little bit of stream. Once again, Lenny's passion for the line, his enthusiasm. I really see us as the adult collectors in him. He's clearly a nostalgic man-child player like we are too, and that was evident from the way he was engaging with the vamp through the course of the unboxing, so that was great to see. One little random side note, though, actually, I meant to mention this, so I'll come back to the vamp in a sec. The link went round a couple of hours ahead of when it was supposed to premiere. So they'd obviously pre-recorded the stream, not slyly. Emily says in the intro, there's a load of us at the London Comic Con, so we can't do it live, so we pre-recorded our content, blah, 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 blah. All cool and fine with me. That's whatever. But the link did the rounds a couple of hours before the stream went live. Made its way over to me, and I watched it at, 3 in the afternoon over here, and the stream was supposed to be at 8 o'clock at night, my time. And it's not problematic, I suppose. You probably are aware that when you upload a YouTube video, there's kind of 4 states that you can put it into. So you can schedule it. Well, there's a 5th state now, but the core, you can schedule it for a go live time. You can make it public, you can make it private, or you can have it unlisted. And the difference between private and unlisted is that unlisted is available to view if somebody's got the link, but it's not showing up in the YouTube search algorithm, whereas private is just entirely private, only you can see it. So they'd obviously set it as unlisted, ready to share the link with Pulse Premium members, and somehow somebody got their hands on the link and it spread around like wildfire. And by the time I got to it in 3 in the afternoon, I'd already noticed there was 1,200 views or something. Now, the reason I bring this up, because it's all something or nothing, really, whatever. I saw it a couple of hours early. It was a pre-recorded stream anyway, and it had entirely, almost exactly what I expected to be on the stream, the vamp and clutch. One thing that did cross my mind is if somebody had bought and paid for a Hasbro Pulse premium membership on the grounds that they wanted to be able to have access to the stream live and at the time of release, then they paid for something that they could have just got their hands on through the link that spread around the community anyway. I didn't articulate that very well, but you get what I mean. Now, obviously, that wasn't Hasbro's intention. That's not on them that somebody's jankily got their hands on the link. The individual can still avail themselves of all the other additional benefits, like when there's early releases, the free postage, etc., etc. But it was just something that flitted across my mind, because I did think, well, there may be somebody who's got that email off Hasbro and gone, I'm going to join Pulse Premium today because I want to see that stream. And then it just went, around like wildfire anyway. So random, that was a really long tangent around a little random small point, but let me know how you feel about that. Right, in any case, back to the vamp then. So this is a good looking piece of kit. It went up for pre-order on Friday, so I suspect many of you out there watching this have already put your pre-orders in. I mean, they showed off all the features. I'll put some of the perhaps some of the video footage, or certainly some of the pictures, up in my little breakout box here. Lenny was there showing off the tow cable, bouncing the suspension on it. What else was there? I made a little list here, showing off all the little clippy-on-y accessories like the fire axe, the fire extinguisher, the fuel can. He spent a while setting up the mounted gun and showing us how that worked. He was really excited about how reflective the rear view mirrors were, which is fine, great. It's the details in it, it's the little things. The wrench, he was getting all really excited. But it was the way he was playing and engaging with the Vamp. It just, to reiterate my comments before, I saw myself in Lenny, because if I ever got a Vamp in hand, that's how I'd play with it. Which, as a side note, I won't be doing. I'm not going in on the Vamp. At £105, this close to Christmas, with already as many pre-orders as I've got in the chute, as it were, and space. I mean, some of you may have noticed, regular viewers, I'm in the new man cave, but space is a problem for larger vehicles like that. I'm not going in on it. That doesn't mean I don't think it looks freaking amazing. I really think it's an awesome piece of kit they were showing off in this unboxing they did at 1027. It's just money in space. Same old formula in it with collecting. But getting back to my point, Lenny, I could see the way he was engaging with it and playing around with it and having his little fun. He was like doing and listen to the noise of the wheels going back and forth, getting excited like a big old man child. And I was like, yes, Lenny, I love you. You're my legend. I absolutely love you. So really great to see that. And then they showed off Clutch as well himself, the figure. That's probably the bit I'm lamenting most about not picking up the package, because I kind of would like a Clutch in the mix. He's an OG 13 after all, you know what I mean? And so I'm a little sad that maybe I'll be missing out on an OG 13. Perhaps we'll get a single figure release one day, I don't know. Or did cross my mind that this is the sort of thing that some folks might buy two of and sell the figure on, but I can't imagine it will be a reasonable price on the secondary market. Who knows? We'll see. I'll keep my eye on it. But yeah, Clutch himself, he's got to have the two helmets. They showed the full cover helmet with the teeth painted on the side, and that looked a bit kind of big and disproportionate when it was on the body to me, but then he had his normal kind of crash helmet or military helmet thing, which looked a lot nicer. He looks like a good figure. They have all the tattoos and that, and again, Lenny just getting really excited and giddy about the paint application tattoos and expressing how much time they spent on them and stuff. It just really brings it to life for me. He had a pistol, he had a shotgun, bit of weaponry, that's all the standard kind of stuff. But yeah, it looks like a great package. It was a lovely little unboxing, very slick. The Hasbro are getting better and better and better at like the camera angles and the zooming in on stuff and what have you. And Lenny and Emily's camera presence is probably the best of all the Hasbro design teams, in my humble opinion. And so they bring it to life, And even Emily, who clearly doesn't know a great deal about G.I. Joe, I still sense her passion for making the line a success. I still sense her passion for the line, even though she's not like an old school nostalgic collector like you are probably, and like I am, so there we go. So yeah, 1027, the Vamp and Clutch was revealed. It looks like a great package. It's just a bit overpriced for me and probably a bit bigger than I can reasonably explain to the wife right now. But yeah, I was like, really great stream, great product, loving what you got. Then it was the MCM London Comic Con over the weekend as well. This ran Friday through to Sunday, I believe. I was unable to go this weekend. I had like a Halloween family party commitment. So even though it's on my home turf, I couldn't get down there. And actually, it's quite tricky to get to London sometimes from Manchester at a reasonable price, at a reasonable time, especially weekend trains and stuff at the minute. Not that you care. Why am I giving you that? I'm in the weeds with like really random ancillary details you didn't need nor want there, aren't I? So in any case, there was a Hasbro panel that took place on the Saturday night, I think. I don't know, that's, like I say, I was Halloween partying it up over the weekend, so I was a bit out of the loop. But at that panel, G.I. Joe Classified series revealed the Metalhead figure and the Junkyard and Mutt figures, or Mutt and Junkyard, which we knew were coming. We'd seen digital renders of Metalhead, and we'd seen an in-hand reveal of Junkyard and Mutt. Mutt and Junkyard. I seem to be putting the dog first all the time. But we'd seen those in hand at, was it San Diego Comic Con maybe, off the top of my head? And then some stream, they showed them off at some streams. So we knew, but we saw them in the cabinets. There was photos of them from the cabinets, then started knocking around. They, in their PowerPoint slide deck that they were showing at the panel, they revealed a couple of the sort of diorama posed pictures that, well, the official ones are out now, so I'll be probably showing the official ones here when I come to edit the video. And you know, we're just spread across the community like wildfire. Here they are, they're on the way, and pre-orders going up on Tuesday, which was great. So these two look fantastic, really fantastic to me. I'm not going to dwell on them a great deal because I've already talked about them at some length when the original digital renders and in-hand reveals from other earlier streams and such like had come along. But one thing I did want to pause and dwell on was that we've seen the packaging, the in-hand, photos of folks who were there of the packaging, and the windows are back. Windowless packaging for G.I. Joe Classified Series appears to be done because there's now windowed packaging being shown off for Metalhead and for Mutton Junkyard, which is an interesting one to me. It's I've got curious, mixed feelings about it, if I'm being perfectly honest. Now, I know generally across the community, the idea of windowless packaging was unpopular. Folks were they wanted to be able to take a peek at the figure. They wanted to be able to do a bit of a in-hand assessment, whether there's what the paint applications will look like. Is there any pegs sticking out of knees or whatever, all that kind of stuff, and that was all fine. But this was not an issue for me. My whole collecting habit is almost entirely done online now because I use, online independent retailers here, adult collectible stores in the UK. I don't really have anywhere convenient nearby. I do the occasional shopping in the likes of Game and HMV and stuff, but most of my stuff I go to the independents and I buy online because they're all in different cities to me. So that whole element of the experience didn't bother me. I'm not a mint in box collector, so I didn't mind that the figures were hidden away behind a cover. So I don't know if I'm in the minority here. Perhaps I am, but I'm actually a little sad to see the windowless packaging go for G.I. Joe Classified. For G.I. Joe Classified, I've got thoughts on other lines. Because I liked the digital renders. I thought they were really great. They did a wonderful job with the digital renders, although they are continuing with them. They're on the back of the box. Some of the photos that were taken at London Comic Con showed the back of the box and the digital renders there. But I love the digital renders. I like the painted artwork that they're including. It just had a nice little neat kind of package. Oh, I've got one here. In fact, here's the box for my Shadow Tracker that just arrived yesterday. I recorded myself unboxing him. But I kind of... there's just something about the way it is. I'm glad the digital renders aren't completely going and stuff, but I liked the way that looked, and even though I'm not really losing that because it's going on the back of the package, that's probably more valuable than this, to be fair. I don't know, I just got mixed feelings about it, and I liked that when I was done with that, I could just go out to my council paper card recycling bin and just chuck the whole thing in without a second thought. And now I've got plastic and stuff, and I make a lot of use of the little character trays and the weapon lockers. I find them useful bits to have around. Actually, on a practical level, I find the windowless packages quite helpful. So, I realise I'm in the minority, and actually, it's a it's not like it's an inconvenience to get windowed boxes for me. While I'm a little sad to see the windowless packages go, these are fine, whatever. I don't like the noise of the plastic and the sensation, the tactical sensation of unboxing a new figure for me in the plastic blister packs. I'm not a fan of. I've never have been since I was a kid. And I found these really, really lovely. So there you go. But I'm not bothered. I'm not going to, I'm more sad. I'm not going to kick up a fuss about it because whatever, at the end of the day, I don't keep the boxes in any case. I'm just want to get my hands on the figure, you know what I mean? So it's not a big deal. It's just... I just had thoughts, and that's what I said this video was all about, sharing my thoughts. So in any case, they both went up for pre-order on Tuesday, 35 for Metalhead, 45 for Mutton Junkyard. I went in on both of these. I can certainly find the space for those, and I'm kind of intrigued by, Mutton Junkyard classic nostalgic figures. I'm kind of intrigued by Metalhead, and I recently did a rewatch of all the DIC cartoons, and he's a key feature Cobra villain in that. So, and I like the look of what they've done in terms of that kind of classifiedization, modernization of the figure. So yeah, they're good looking figs, and I've gotten in on both of those this time around. And there we go then, folks. That's all my thoughts and commentary on the big-ish weekend we've had with G.I. Joe Classified series. Has anyone noticed what's changed, by the way? Let's see if anyone clocks it. Maybe some will do. Let me know in the comments down below. Maybe one of my regulars. Perhaps you've identified what's shifted when I moved from my little breaking news screen to this full screen. But yeah, there you go. Let me know in the comments down below. In addition to seeing if you can guess what's changed, let me know, have you pre-ordered these? Have you not pre-ordered these? How do you feel about the Vamp? Can you afford it? You know, are you struggling for space? What was your favourite of the three? You know, any of all that good stuff. You're always welcome to come and have a natter with me down below in the comments. So come along and share your thoughts and comments too. How do you feel about the windowless packaging going and the return of windowed packaging? I suspect I know how that one's going to go, but that's fine. I'm in the minority. I'm confident of that. So yeah, there we go. And then, you know, all the usual stuff. Subscribe, hit like, you know, hit super thanks and send me thousands of dollars so I can maybe buy myself a Vamp or something. But it's been a pleasure having you here with me. I hope you found my thoughts enlightening, interesting, useful, or whatever. And I'll catch you around these parts again for some more games and collectibles, action figure kind of talk sometime soon. Have a great day. See you later, folks.